What is up? Welcome back. Do you like to do it, build it, or make it?
So do we.
We are always trying to show you how to make money with your laser.
And something we haven't done yet is showcase a jewelry product offering. But we recently received the xTool F2 Ultra.
The world's first dual combo laser. It's got a 60-watt MOPA fiber laser in it for doing metals. It also has a 40-watt diode laser, so you can do wood, acrylic, plastics, leather, etc.
This laser is so versatile. I think it's perfect to showcase jewelry and personalized jewelry at your craft booth.
I wanted to do one of those challenge coins with that deep embossed engraving.
And you've probably seen a lot of that with fiber lasers, the challenge coins, the weapons, the knives.
A lot of skulls, a lot of dragons.
But that's not what we're doing today. I think the F2 Ultra would be the perfect product to showcase customized jewelry with different types of metals. So we've got lots of different options that we're going to showcase for you today and show you how you can make money with jewelry at your craft booth.
Today we're going to do 5 types of sellable jewelry using the xTool F2 Ultra. That's a mouthful. Say that 5 times fast. And we're also going to be using some blanks from Monarch Pine.
So let's make some jewelry.
Money. Project number 1, personalized engraved metal bracelets.
You can see that I'm using the Monarch Pine sliding bar cord bracelet. These are great for craft shows because you can really personalize these on the spot right there at the show. They look beautiful standalone like they are. These are not engraved, but they're even better if you can add some name personalization.
And with the 60-watt MOPA fiber laser, we can get ultra fine detail. We can get handwriting and text as small as 1 millimeter tall, which is great because I think these bracelets are only like 3 millimeters tall. So it gives you a little bit of wiggle room.
And another great thing about the Monarch Pine jewelry blanks,
oh, it comes with a jig. At first, I didn't know about the jigs. I started these projects when Kim wasn't here, and I'm texting her, how do I get the bracelets to engrave on this thing? Do I just tape it to the base plate? And she's like, no, and she sent me a link. Go to Monarch Pine, download the jig. She's got a jig for every product type she's got, and the jig made it so much easier. I downloaded it, I cut it out of some 1/8" MDF, and then I just plop these in here.
Yeah, he was able to stand it up right there. The little arch is right there. And with the dual 48 megapixel cameras on the F2 Ultra, you're able to zoom in and place your text perfectly on this bar.
You can zoom super far in. I think you can actually see the molecules.
Another great feature that xTool's Creative Space offers is, so this is curved jewelry. There are other types of jewelry where maybe you want to go all the way around.
Like a whole bangle.
It offers AI 3D modeling. So if for some reason you were doing something else on a curved surface, I didn't need to use it for this particular bar. But if you were doing something maybe on a little tiny metal,
well, just curved, jagged, any kind of surface right now. Because of the AI 3D modeling, it kind of lets you do any shape or any size. Doesn't really matter what it is now.
It scans the object so it knows exactly where the highest points are, the lowest points are, and it automatically adjusts the focal height as it engraves based on that original 3D modeling that it does. So that curved surface engraving is pretty cool. Oh, and I wanted to come back and say that these are available on Katie's Facebook group. So you can't find them on the website. They're actually on the Facebook group.
I did have to go to the Facebook group. Quick search. These are always a great seller though. Everybody loves these bracelets, especially if you package them cute.
I almost forgot my packaging. One of the big things I'm just gonna hit home again, the best part about purchasing an item is to really see that cute packaging. It really brings them back. So if you wrap these little bracelets in some tissue paper and put them in a fun little drawstring bag like this.
Give it a little type of cardboard tag, give it a name and a story.
So just wanted to bring home, packaging is a nice fine detail and it goes a long way.
Project 2, batch engraved necklace blanks.
Bar pendants are super popular at the craft shows. Any kind, bar pendants are just popular in general. We'll be using these bar pendants from Monarch Pine here. You can see I have them placed into a 3D printed jig. She also offers these on her website that you can purchase. Now we'll be using the 60-watt MOPA fiber laser to engrave these as well.
Now, this thing is crazy fast. It goes 15,000 millimeters per second. The 4 necklaces that we did were done in under 5 seconds. I say under 5 seconds, I don't know what the real time is. By the time I hit record on the camera, I hit stop.
They were super fast. You can see I have a name plus a little heart here at the bottom for each of the girls. They really were super quick. So if you wanted to batch out a bunch of these, you could use a jig like this to batch and print a bunch of them prior to taking them to the craft shows, and then maybe add some name personalization or just bring them as blanks. There's so many options. But jewelry and these pendants are a great option.
The 48 megapixel cameras in this and auto measure made lining this up a breeze. I just slid it in there, put the little red dot on where I wanted to focus on, which was one of the necklaces, and then just hit auto measure. So it was super easy.
Again, these are polished stainless steel. This is in gold. She offers them in silver. This one with the charm on it actually came with the xTool fiber pack that I had. Another thing that the fiber laser can do, which I'm really super excited to show you about,
I thought this was pretty cool,
is it can also engrave in color. So this is a 305 stainless steel plate. This came in the materials pack with the F2 Ultra, and we did a little test palette, a test grid here, and I was able to get 8 or 9 different colors in this test palette. Very clearly you can highlight this and see there is a teal, a green, a blue, a purple, a yellow, an orange, black, gray. There's so many different colors on this, and so the great thing about using a fiber laser is that you can engrave in color. Now, every time you do a different metal type, you're going to want to run a test grid because it's going to be different settings for different types of metals. So for these, I did some brushed stainless steel. This one is a dog tag, and this is in just a copper.
It's polished stainless steel copper.
Yes. And then this one is just a coated polished stainless steel in the silver. So they were the round blanks. I also did, this one's a little bit different. That is not the 305 stainless steel, but it's some sort of stainless steel.
Feels a little more dense.
That's also an xTool product, and that is a little bookmark. And so offering something like this as an engraved personalized item at a craft show is great because you could personalize it on this little side tag here and already have engraved some sort of hobby, something about plants. I see you're making it chime. My point to this one is you're definitely going to want to run a test grid so that you can get all the different colors. And you can see here, there's lots of different colors in these.
No colors here. I think if you package it well and you're able to offer the different colors, you can bump that price up a little bit for colored items.
Yeah.
You can get it black or silver, but if you want it pink, purple, green, whatever, maybe an extra couple of bucks. But
and that is really a nice feature with this 60-watt fiber laser, being able to adjust that pulse and frequency to get the different color settings. That's the exciting part about this machine, and it's not showing you it on a knife or a gun or something like that. I could show you another way to use it.
Project number 3, cut and engrave brass pendants. We're gonna go deeper, literally deeper, all the way through.
So the xTool F2 Ultra will cut up to 2 millimeters brass. Now, this plate is 0.3 millimeters. It came in the materials pack with the F2 Ultra, and it is brass. So I did want to show you that you can cut a brass pendant necklace. Now, these are, I think, are really great personalized items. I actually bought all of our girls a polished stainless steel name necklace for Christmas. I got each one of them something. With this tool, I could actually do that myself. And I
did do it myself. Kim wasn't around, so she told me what she was looking for. I cut out 2 pendants. I cut out a Kimberly and a Garrett. It was pretty easy. I mean, actually, it was super easy. I threw this in there, lined up my 2 names using the camera, and then I just used the material list on xTool's Creative Space. I just selected this plate.
3 millimeter brass, yeah.
Yep, and it suggested the settings. I went with it, and it came out great.
This actually took 100 passes, but did it in less than 2 minutes. So that's how fast 100 passes will go.
It's a little big.
Right. I'm not sure I'm going to actually wear this as a name pendant. Plus, it's a little thin for a name pendant, but it will do up to 2 millimeter. So 2 millimeters is plenty thick enough. That's the same thickness as this dog tag here.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's going to be great for a nice pendant necklace. And I think these are awesome to be able to offer a personalized item like this right at the craft show. They're such great gifts.
Throw it on a chain, put it on a card. This pendant's actually wider than the card.
It's giant size.
I think this pendant's actually really...
That might be a good knuckle ring or something. That's how big it is.
It's a grill. It's my grill.
Stop, you're gonna hurt yourself. But I think being able to offer name necklaces at a craft show is a great product offering.
Project number 4, cut and engrave acrylic earrings. It's not all about that brass.
There are lots of different materials that this machine can cut and engrave, and acrylic is another feature that you can do with the 40-watt diode laser. You can cut and engrave acrylic. Actually, you can cut opaque acrylic, so it has to be solid. It can't be clear acrylic because it is a diode laser. But if you're using black or navy blue acrylic, it will cut through it up to, I think it was,
because this is a 40 watt.
20 millimeters.
20 millimeters, wow. Because it's a 40 watt, it's the same one that's in the S1. So I think cut similar products, similar items.
So another great feature that you can bring and take to craft shows, especially if you're doing fun sports type earrings or something like that, are acrylic style earrings. So we did a couple here where we cut these out of this 1/8 inch acrylic. This is actually a piece of acrylic that came with the materials pack with the F2 Ultra. So we were able to get 2 earrings right out of this one little piece of black acrylic here. But I also wanted to showcase that you can engrave on this acrylic. So you can engrave an actual family photo. So if someone wanted to provide you a pendant, a family photo, you could actually engrave that on a pendant. And I think that would be a great little
Engrave it on some earrings.
True.
Put,
you could engrave
put a face on your ears.
Your puppy dog on your ears.
Oh,
Any
yeah,
of those
puppy
things
dog
would
on
be
your ear.
good
That's a good
personalized items. Another great thing that I just found from Monarch Pine are these large loop ball style ear wires, or basically the earring back. So you don't have to use a jump wire with this. You can just feed it right through and give it a little twist.
Now when we were cutting this I guess 1/8 inch acrylic, we did notice that you got to take the paper off your acrylic first.
Yes.
Because otherwise you might get a flame detection. And the new flame detection system's a bit better than the old one too, because now it will pause, and I think it checks to see if there's an actual flame. And if
flame
it doesn't
detected,
see anything,
it paused the job.
If it didn't see anything, it kept going, and if it flamed up again, it would pause. And I think the 3rd flame up, it would quit out.
It didn't just pause. It actually, well, it does pause a little when it detects the flame, but it will stop the job and pause, and you can choose to continue. I hit the button and told it to continue, so that's a pretty cool feature.
So I would say a little bit lower power, a little more passes, and they came out great. Once you're done, throw them on a card, make them look nice, display them nice, and I think these guys would sell. And this is just out of some scrap. Project number 5, we're gonna cut and engrave wood.
We love the natural look of wood, and I especially love them at the craft shows. You can stain it, you can paint it. We've painted these with our little Foxy Hues paints. You can do lots of different options with these. This is actually a sheet of, what is this, 1/8 inch basswood that actually came in the materials pack with the F2 Ultra, and we were able to create all of these earrings. We did these little Tree of Life earrings. I have them on this little card here. Left them in a natural color. Again, I just used the material settings in xTool's Creative Space for the F2 Ultra and said cut.
It's a 40-watt diode, so it should be able to cut up to 23 millimeters of wood. Now I'm assuming that's like basswood. And we cut this, it cut pretty easy, but I did notice, because it's a galvo laser and it's pointing from the center, there's a slight bevel on everything that we cut, like the wood and the acrylic. I can notice it.
I don't notice it.
It's barely there. I could see it.
But I felt like we needed to mention it.
I felt like you should know. Something that we get asked all the time, especially at the craft shows when we bring our laser, is that thing safe? yes, this is safe, especially the F2 Ultra. It's got a beefier cover or beefier lid. You can barely see through this thing, and it's got a safety switch, so you can't run this thing unless the lid is closed.
So it really does hold in and block out any released fumes or smells.
No stray beams.
Yes.
Nothing's gonna get you.
Yes. Now, a couple of things about this. This is an 8.6 by 8.6 working area, so it is the same size as the F1 Ultra, but it's a little bit bigger. It is 12 inches wide, 17 inches deep, and 21 inches tall, and it is
47 pounds.
So it's a little bit heavier than the F1, but it's still pretty portable. I can lift it and move it. I know I've moved it from that table to this table a couple of times.
And we'll definitely be taking it to the craft shows. I mean, it's definitely light enough where we could take it to the craft shows. It's no heavier than my wagons that I lug around now. Another great feature of the F2 Ultra is it's got a removable exhaust fan, and it just pops apart. So you can pop the cover off, pop this thing out, flip it open, clean it up. Don't use any oil or anything, no water. Just clean it out, brush it out. You can snap everything back together, put it back in, which is great because do you know how much trouble I got in when I did these slate coasters?
That is what I was just getting ready to say. When you're doing something like this with these deep embossed and engravings and things like that, it just produces, especially this rock coaster, produces so much dust. Even the challenge coins produce a lot of dust, and the filter was a mess. The machine was a mess, and it was just so difficult to clean it up because you really couldn't get in there. But I love...
Do you know how I know it was so difficult to clean up? Because every, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, I would hear, "Why am I cleaning this?"
But I love being able to snap this thing out. They really learned from the previous model. I can pop it out, clean it up, no problem, and put it right back in. So while this product is great for beefier type items like those challenge coins and the knives and things like that, it's also perfect for items that are smaller, finer in detail, like these jewelry items. You can launch a full product line at a craft show using jewelry and the xTool F2 Ultra.
We use the F2 Ultra to do everything in the video today, and if you're serious, it's worth checking out. But this is not a beginner's laser. This is pricey, this is powerful, and to be honest, it might be overkill unless you're serious about production or you're serious about selling some high-end products.
But if you are that jewelry maker, this will save you hours, allow you to do more products, boost your prices, and let you stand out from the Etsy or craft show crowd.
Big thanks to xTool for sending us over the F2 Ultra to test out. Big thanks to Katie over at Monarch Pine for providing some blanks.
I finally get to do a jewelry video, and it's been a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed seeing the different types of items, and I've given you some ideas on what you may be able to do with a jewelry booth.
Oh yeah, I got some ideas of what I could do at my jewelry booth. But I'm about out of time. Big thanks to the Make It Mafia. We love you guys. That is the best way to support this channel. And I gotta get going. I gotta go make me some more grills. This gave me like a whole...
I knew he was gonna do something with that.
It gave me like a whole new booth idea. I mean, you could do custom grills like right at the booth.
No, you can't. No.
Totally. I mean, how good do these look? I think I just cut my lip.
Yeah.